Hey friends, I made these delicious and oh so fluffy beignets for breakfast, and I'm going to show you how I made them. I've been making a popular state dessert every week for the whole year, and this happens to be for Louisiana. I started with 2¼ teaspoons of yeast, a 1/4 cup of sugar, and 3/4 cup of warm water. And then I just stirred that together, and then we're going to let that sit on the counter for 5 minutes. Then I took 3½ cups of flour and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to put this in a separate bowl. And then we're going to take 1/2 cup of milk and 1 egg. And I just broke that egg right into that milk, and we're going to whisk that together a little bit. Then we're going to pour that into our yeast mixture after it's sat for 5 minutes and it's nice and frothy, and we're going to whisk that together. Once that's fully combined, then we're going to add that to our flour mixture. And we're going to stir this all together. Don't forget 2 tablespoons of butter. This is going to turn into a really sticky dough, and a lot of people like to use their stand mixer, but I don't have one, so I just did it by hand and it worked out just fine. Once the dough starts to pull away from the edge, you are going to clean that bowl back up, oil it, and put that dough back in, cover it up, and it's going to rise on the counter 1 to even 3 hours, depending on how warm it is in your house. After 3 hours, I pulled it out and I floured my surface, and then I just took that out, and we're going to roll it with a rolling pin until it's 3/4 of an inch thick. So you want this to be pretty thick. I've been having so much fun making all of these state desserts. I was really looking forward to Louisiana because I have had beignets and they are so delicious. I just used a pizza cutter to cut these into squares, and then I dropped these by spoonful with a slotted spoon to be careful into oil that was 350 degrees. Then I just fried these on each side for about 3 or 4 minutes until they were nice and golden brown. You can see they get so big and puffy. And what's interesting is that some of these were nice and fluffy inside and some were hollow. I have never made beignets from scratch before, so I don't know why that happened, but they were all delicious, so it really didn't matter. Now, I'm not an expert at these state desserts. Many of these I'm making for the first time, but it's just something we're doing for this year just for fun, is making a state dessert. Now, I do know you need to smother these with powdered sugar. The more, the better. And I just kept frying them, stacking them, and smothering them with powdered sugar, just like they do in Louisiana. These were light and fluffy and sweet and so good. I served them with some bacon and some fruit for breakfast. And I'll show you inside of one. Like I said, some were light and fluffy and some were hollow inside. Either way, they were delicious. I definitely recommend making this recipe. They were so good. I'm sure if you've ever had them down in New Orleans, they are even better, but I would definitely recommend making them homemade. They were delicious. I'll bite into one so you can see exactly how they look in the middle. If you guys have been following along with the other state desserts, thanks for watching. If you want to see more, we're only on Louisiana, so there's lots more to come. I'm having a ton of fun making all of these state desserts. I hope you follow along, subscribe, like this video, and thank you all so much for watching.